Banned from ringside, banged up.
This at 9 to 5, it's time to feel alive. Hello, Marks, and welcome to another episode, I guess, of BFR Banged Up. Today we're doing Stone Cold Steve Austin, and we're fixing to watch the match between Austin and The Rock at Wrestlemania. I mean, I call it X7.
Wait,
You do not call it X7.
No, I don't call it X7.
I thought you said we were doing Bedpan McMahon.
We are going to do Bedpan McMahon
No,
next week. Next week.
We're not even meeting next week.
I had to drive to Kansas City to go get a bedpan because they don't
From
sell
Murray's
bedpans.
parents?
From Murray's parents. But they don't sell bedpans in St. Louis, obviously.
This is bullshit.
So
McMahon.
We don't need one to watch it.
this is a heel turn from Stone Cold. So Stone Cold versus The Rock in the main event of WrestleMania X7.
17.
And I guess going into it, we just watched the package going into it, which featured Zach's favorite Limp Bizkit song. And I guess you could tell that neither The Rock nor Stone Cold were heel or face at this time. This is kind of a precursor to the current day WWE, where Vince McMahon says there's no such thing as heels or faces. But despite there being no such thing as heels or faces, Austin definitely turns heel at the end of this match.
I think there's no question about that. It was both guys were, and I think Murray said it best, at the height of their careers on WWE, and this is just before Rock decides he's going to go off and start his movie career. So the match was pretty predictable on how it's going to win. I'd have never thought in a million years you'd have had Austin align himself with Vince McMahon.
This is 2001, the invasion angle. This is post Shane kayfabe style.
Kayfabe style.
Buying the WCW. So WCW and WWE were coming in together. They were mixing them all. This is, I think that if you're a fan of wrestling, it goes without saying that this merger was kind of botched.
You think?
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
they could have handled it a lot better. They could have put guys over. And instead of putting Booker T over, instead of putting...
They put guys over, it was the WWE guys.
They put WWE guys over. Instead of putting Booker T over, or fucking Buff Bagwell, or RVD, instead of putting those guys over, instead what they did is they attached Stone Cold to the WCW guys. Nevertheless, Stone Cold made it work. And from this match came the what? Chance, which
It's my least favorite thing about wrestling.
still dominates wrestling live, WWE live events to this day. I mean, the what chant still, and it was so funny when Stone Cold first did it. And we were saying off camera earlier that we could probably do an hour podcast
Easily.
about the what chant.
What?
It was funny when Stone Cold did it. It's still funny to me to watch Stone Cold do it. It is less funny now when somebody like Shinsuke Nakamura is cutting a promo and Birmingham, Alabama decides to give him the what treatment. That is infuriating.
They do it especially with foreign speakers, like non-first language speakers, and that's most infuriating. But, I mean, anytime anybody's just trying to fucking get themselves over, and it's the crowd trying to get themselves over, and it's fucking obnoxious.
And we don't like, here at Banned from Ringside, we do not like the crowd going into business for themselves. That's why our hashtag is always boo the heels. Because if you want wrestling to be what it should be, then if a guy's doing a good job as a heel and you love him, then you need to boo the heels.
That's showing them love.
That's showing them love. That's giving them what they deserve for doing the job that they're doing. But we digress. We're going to watch right now Stone Cold versus The Rock at WrestleMania, as Zach would say, X7.
Barely legal.
So right now we're cut into it. We're about 15 minutes away from the end of the show. Hebner's the ref. We got Austin versus The Rock, and they are both busted open.
And Rock's in the Cobra Clutch, which was Stone Cold's original finisher as the Ringmaster.
I was going to say, somebody needed to say that one. And two, saying busted open.
There is lots of color here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. This is once again separates what we used to see versus what we see now, where this match becomes more credible, I guess, for lack of a better term. I won't say realistic. It just seems more credible in the sense that you have two guys going for the biggest prize in sport, and yeah, there might be a little blood being shed coming out at this.
Taker was busted open in the last match.
Yeah, I was going to say this is.
There is something about Austin with blood on his face, though. It just looks.
WrestleMania 13?
It just looks natural.
That's what it was.
I mean,
WrestleMania 13. It could be the bald head. It helps, but
I don't know. I mean,
13 with that crimson mask is iconic, and that was what cemented Austin as a star in.
Bret Hart got a little.
This is a little off subject, but Becky Lynch getting busted open by Nia Jax a few months ago. That also seems iconic at this point.
That picture's everywhere.
People
putting it on T-shirts, unlicensed T-shirts.
Okay,
Austin takes a stunner from The Rock.
Now, I know how you feel about finishers and being kicked out of finishers. Obviously,
tell the people how I feel about finishers.
Finishers, in Bill's mind, should never be kicked out of unless it's a very, very, very special occasion.
A match like this.
Is this a special occasion?
Yeah, WrestleMania. Yeah,
but also, at the same time, I'm totally okay with someone kicking out of a finisher that if they do the other guy's finisher, because in kayfabe, they can't really do it as well.
I agree with that.
They're not the expert at that move.
I couldn't agree more. Exactly.
I was like, oh shit,
you're exactly right.
Now Vince McMahon comes down, is marching down the ringside, and is
Murray right here. You should take a still shot at him and just put it back on there because Vince McMahon coming out.
He's wearing a fucking
just broad-shouldered as fuck.
Wearing sweats that he got from Walmart.
Wearing sleeves.
Clearly dressed for combat.
That's
what I wear to a fight. Every time my neighbor's dog barks too loud, I just fucking put that on.
Yeah, right. He's gotta say, I'm gonna get my
gloves on. Right up.
Nothing to see here, people.
Knows I mean business when I put on the elbow pads.
Okay, compression elbow pads, just in case.
We've talked a lot about, and hopefully you guys have watched the other 2 banged up episodes, but we talked a lot about the epitome of the Attitude Era being Stone Cold, and really Stone Cold versus The Rock was the rivalry that made the whole thing.
Agreed. It was, you had a dichotomy of...
You also have McMahon on the periphery. I mean, a lot of people might say that Stone Cold versus McMahon was the epitome of the Attitude Era, but as in terms of wrestlers...
In-ring wrestlers.
Yeah, I mean, this is Okada Tanahashi.
Yeah, these are the 2 guys that basically ran the Attitude Era in some form or fashion.
One guy has a successful podcast today, and the other guy makes $30 million a movie for Fast and Furious number 8.
Okay, God bless them both. They have both gotten success after the fact.
But they both have lots of beef with Tyrese.
Austin has beef with Tyrese?
No, it's a joke.
I'm like, what? When did this happen?
So
they didn't know each other?
So every time I see the People's Elbow now, I like the People's Elbow. Can we say that Cena's 5-knuckle shuffle is just a terrible, gross ripoff of the People's Elbow?
It absolutely is, yeah.
It's so stupid.
It's a watered-down version.
Now,
McMahon?
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, now here's
the heel turn. McMahon just pulled the Rock
off of Austin
and
after
the Rock is seriously, man, I love that McMahon knows that the cameras are on him and how good he is right here. I mean, he's a carny till the day he dies, man.
As much as we bitch about him, he's one of the best. He just needs to know when to...
He didn't bro his clouds.
Back off a little bit. Austin with the rock bottom.
And let it be said, I never bitch about McMahon's performance.
Mr. McMahon.
I bitch about his booking.
Yeah.
I bitch about how he's so hands-on. I bitch about how NXT is so obviously better than WWE.
How Raw and SmackDown are drastically different.
Raw and SmackDown are drastically different. SmackDown obviously being better.
He's going to come out tomorrow night, and he's going to give a good performance regardless of what he has to say.
Yeah, he's going to be great. I mean, I'm going to be watching because he's going to be on it. He's going to pop the rating. He's going to pop the rating.
Yeah.
He's popping the rating on his own.
I mean, I hope that Kevin Owens comes out and headbutts him again.
One can only dream.
That would be awesome.
Okay, ref bump has just happened.
That's a low blow from
Ref bump
Austin.
has just happened.
Clear.
And now a
Clear
low blow.
sign of a heel turn.
Yeah.
If the low blow, you just leave like a gentleman's agreement. Just don't hit a guy in the nuts. Now McMahon in his sweats is
Being asked by Austin to come in the ring with chair in hand, and Austin's barking out.
Austin's telling
orders.
McMahon what to do. So this is 4 years past what we just watched earlier today, which is when Austin first stunned McMahon, which.
Greatest rivalry in WWE history.
Oh, okay. So that was a protected chair shot. Thank God.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Somewhat. Hands in the
Gotta
air
stand
doesn't
up.
necessarily mean that you ain't gonna take
Hey,
no.
listen. I'm just rooting for Rock to win that Oscar in 2044. And he's an old man.
Dude, that's crazy.
After his presidential run.
After
he's gotta be president first.
after he serves 2 terms. This is and
Oh,
Rock
kick out.
kicks out.
Kick out at 2. Kick out at 2.
Austin is furious. That's what I look like today after that chick told me that I couldn't buy wine because my ID was expired.
You're all bloody faced and
Right.
motherfucking her.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna grab this chair. I'm gonna tell you that this ID is still valid.
It's not though. It's definitely expired.
Yeah, sucks to be you.
Austin is giving Rock
Got
the
the middle finger. When now he has
Hebner's
chair
fit.
in hand, getting ready to lay him out. Rock bottom
Rock
out.
bottom.
By the Rock, now no chair in hand. Earl Hebner's being now distracted by Vince.
I feel like I should clarify what I was saying about finishers. I just don't like when you're watching a Raw and somebody kicks out a finisher. A finisher should be a finisher.
Yeah.
I'm not going to disagree.
I mean, if
Like,
it's
what's
a-
the point of calling it a finisher if it doesn't finish?
Right. I mean, oh, now the Rock's beating the shit out of
McMahon is
beating the
so
shit out of
stiff.
McMahon.
I feel like The Rock has the best worked punches.
Stunner! Ah!
Look at Rock selling it. Oh,
That's
beautiful
one of the best stunners ever taken.
2 on top of it. He sells the dog shit out of it and kicks out of it.
One of the best stunners ever taken.
Honestly, Rock has every one of the best ones ever taken because he would do the backflip and then he would vault himself up with his hands.
Scott Hall had a good one too.
It's Scott Hall, yeah. Scott Hall's number 2.
It's so cartoonish, which is what wrestling should be. Wrestling, and a lot of times wrestling should be
He
cartoonish.
fucking sells it.
Way over the top, and I love it.
Now Austin's got the chair. He's getting.
Get ready to lay the Rock out. Bam.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Chair shot number 2.
That was good direction by Kevin Dunn because you couldn't really see the chair shot. 1, 2.
Yeah, notice how we don't have all this shit on cameras.
Rock kicks out again. Hebner says no.
There's so many near falls here. It's just, there's no transition moves. It is big move, near fall. Big move, near fall. And the crowd is on their fucking feet.
Well, that's because these guys weren't necessarily. I mean, we're not watching Okada and Omega here. We're not watching Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles.
Well,
we're watching characters.
This is Austin at the end of his career, too. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, these guys got over because they were characters.
No, but this is why I'm tripping off of chair shot, chair shot, chair shot.
Yeah, but they were all
chair
protected.
shot. Well, okay,
Those
but
aren't
kayfabe style, this is Austin going deep into the dark side. He's
Right.
aligned himself with Vince McMahon,
Yeah.
the person you never thought he would be
Yeah,
with,
and it also-
now he is wearing the Rock out with this chair like
And
he
it
owes him
also,
some money.
it also doesn't. That was
There
it.
it is.
That was it. So it also doesn't bury the Rock because it made the Rock look
Look
strong.
strong.
He had to get the fucking shit beat out of him with the chair.
kicked out of a stunner, kicked
Yeah,
out of an
kicked
unprotected
out-
chair shot.
Right.
But nonetheless, this is the beginning of the what chant, the Austin heel run, the alignment with Vince McMahon.
I mean, I want
That right
I
there,
want
that
on a
right
poster.
there.
Give me that on a poster, guys.
Right, that right
Somebody give me that
there.
on a
They're getting ready to shake hands. Unreal.
So,
we just started this 3-hour little episode dedicated to Austin, where Austin is basically giving McMahon the double bird.
And he just
stunned him for
gave the
first
crowd
time.
the bird.
And now we've come full circle where now Vince has gotten rid of The Rock as his boy. Austin is now his number 1 guy. Back on top with the corporate champion. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And
Also,
here's
shout
Austin.
out-
Here's Austin and McMahon drinking a beer together.
Shout out to the guy that throws Austin his beers.
Yes.
Fucking legend.
Okay. I mean, he does not miss.
Who is that guy? It's fucking like Joe Montana after he retired.
But there's sometimes when Austin has a beer in his hands,
Deborah.
and he catches the beer. He catches another beer in the same hand.
Okay.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
I can barely take a drink of this beer without spilling it all.
It might be the craziest. It might be the craziest thing about Austin is that he's so good at catching beers.
And now see, I'm starting to get worked up about this because now they're cheersing over my boy as he's already laid out. He's lost the title. Now you're doing a cheers over.
Austin's letting the beer drip down from his nuts right on his face.
They laughed their asses off when they got back.
Oh,
Sorry,
you know.
I'm getting a little worked up.
Kayfabe,
He's so
man.
bad.
I know, he loves
I'm
kayfabe,
getting
man.
That was fucking 18 years ago.
Fuck that.
They both moved on.
I haven't. I had all kinds of people in my house that had to watch this nonsense.
The Rock just made $40 million making Rampage. And your work is a couple drops of natural light got dripped on his chest.
Damn right.
He's fine.
You don't disrespect the people's champ like that.
He's fine, I promise. So, hey guys, thanks for watching along with us for the Stone Cold's Greatest Moments.
Subscribe to the channel, like us, visit us on Facebook.
Give us that
BFR.
5-star review if you feel like the 5-star review is earned.
Otherwise,
Like,
just don't fucking do anything.
Just don't do anything.
Yeah.
But if you like us, give us a 5-star review on iTunes. Check us out at BFR Pod, BFR Bill, BFR Zach with an H, BFR JCB, BFR MURR, BFR Murr. And this was a lot of fun, guys. So, thanks.
Band from Ringside.